Hi, Michaelkeil here, and today I'm with Peter Fletcher, Director of Residential Settlements in Burswood. Peter, thanks for joining us today, mate.
Michael, good to be here.
Mate, we just wanted to ask you a few questions about what's going on in the settlement industry, and as you do all of our settlement work, I couldn't think of anybody better to update us. The first thing I'd love to discuss is get an update on what's happening with electronic settlements. Is it something that's happening on all of our deals now, or is it on a minority, and does it cost much extra to do an electronic settlement?
Yeah, okay, so the answer is it's still the minority of settlements are actually being transacted in the electronic space. The issue there is that all parties to the transaction have to agree to participate. So if one person can't participate in the electronic transaction for whatever reason, then it has to settle manually.
Right. And
if let's say we're dealing with a bank that's just not ready, say a buyer's getting funds off. We had a recent one where it was some sort of overseas bank, and they're just not ready for electronic settlements, Mike. So those ones, they just don't settle. They default back to the manual system. But in all cases, we are saying to our clients, settle electronically if you can, right, because it's just safer and simpler. And how this plays out, Mike, is the reason it's better is people between signing their transfer of land, or signing a mortgage document and signing the transfer of land, or the other way around, depends on which way it occurs. It can be days or it can be even weeks. So typically, my wife, for an example, I'll confess my wife sins for a little while. So Rita and I bought a property a couple of years ago, and Rita signed the transfer of land with her full cursive signature. And then when we got around to signing the mortgage documents, she signed it with her initial style signature. Now she uses these signatures interchangeably in day-to-day life, and there's not a problem. But when a settlement occurs, you put the transfer of land alongside the mortgage document. The bank says the signatures have to match, otherwise it could have been two different people signing the two different documents. Yep. So now you get to settlement, someone's holding the transfer of land, usually the seller's settlement agent, and somebody else is holding the mortgage document, and the incoming bank looks at the two signatures and they go, no, it doesn't match, therefore we're rejecting the settlement. Now if that happens at 3:30 on a Friday afternoon, settlement's off for the day, and settlement's not going to get rescheduled till Monday, Tuesday the following week. Yeah. And as you know, that's just a pain for everyone concerned. Yeah. Somebody's got a furniture truck backed up, can't get in. Electronic settlements does away with all of that, right, because all of that checking is done electronically. Okay. So when we, as the settlement agent acting for one side, we electronically sign it, someone else signs it electronically for the other side, for the seller's side. That's all done. And so on the morning of settlement, all of that is pretty much good to go. And so it's a far higher degree of certainty. So we just think that it's a good thing for everyone to settle electronically if they can. Okay.
And from a cost perspective, does it cost any more?
It does cost a little more, Mike, but compared to the cost of let's say penalty interest, you would know that. Yep. You'll often settle on the third day of the grace period. So if the settlement gets delayed and it falls into that fourth day, penalty interests are backdated to the day of settlement. So you can have 4, 5, 6, 7 days of penalty interest suddenly accruing because it's really one day late. So we just think as an insurance policy that people can take out, it is a fantastic way of protecting themselves against those settlement overruns.
So Peter, tell us a little bit about some scams that are going on. You mentioned one earlier today that's just happened.
Yeah, so the scams are not new in the WA space. You may recall going back a few years ago when people had properties stolen off them, and overseas investors have come back to inspect their properties only to find a sold sign on the front lawn and their property's no longer theirs.
Yeah.
And what that highlighted to the scammers is that the real estate industry, that this ecosystem that we all belong to, it's a pretty soft target. And what it's highlighted to the real estate industry, you guys, settlement agents, Landgate, that we need to be much more secure. And there's a whole process around verification of identity of sellers that's been put in place to protect people's property from being stolen. But the new scam is these, what they call man-in-the-middle scams, where a scammer will intercept email communication between a client and the settlement agent, and then they will use the email address of the settlement agent in order to instruct the client to put the money into the wrong account. So
unbelievable.
Yeah, it is. So just recently we saw a pensioner have around just under $600,000. They put $600,000 into a scammer's account.
Wow.
They thought they were putting it into a trust account, and it's gone into the wrong account. So this is just, you can imagine that that's probably this pensioner's life savings.
Yeah.
And it's just a terrible thing. So settlement agents need to be really diligent around protecting their client against scammers from who knows where.
Yeah. Now, Peter, one of the things I love when I deal with you is you're very IT savvy. So now that this has happened, and if somebody's doing a settlement through you, what are you doing to mitigate the chances of that happening with you, for our clients?
Yeah. So in terms of our trust fund, our trust account is protected by multi-factor authentication. So it's not just two-factor authentication, but with multi-factor authentication. So we use a software program that creates an encrypted channel between us and the bank, and then we use an internet dongle and username and password. So very, 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 very difficult for anyone to get access to our trust funds, and we're just militant around that and about the protection of our clients' fund. As a result of this scam, we've put in place two-factor authentication on our emails. So we're reducing to, we hope, nil the chances of a scammer being able to access our email accounts in order to send one of our clients one of those scam emails. So the more we can do to protect our clients, the safer everyone should be able to feel. And indeed, that is something that all settlement agents should be doing to ensure that their clients are protected.
Yeah, no, great. Now, Peter, obviously a lot of people watching this, if they're looking for a great settlement agent, I mean, I can't recommend you highly enough. I've been, really happy with the service, knowing that the settlement's going to happen reliably and on time and safely now. Where can people find you, and how do they go about getting a quotation to use your services?
Yeah, so thanks, Mike. Yeah, so they can go straight to our website, residentialsettlements.com.au,
okay, or
they can call us on 9459 0044, and we're happy to help. And
beautiful. Yep, fantastic. So, Peter, mate, really appreciate your time today.
Mike.
Always love talking to you and finding out the latest things that are happening, and thanks again.
Thanks, Mike.
Okay, bye for now.